Hello, I'm Debbie Bell Hosking for FinextraTV here in our virtual studio, and I'm chatting to Wil Janssen of Inverid, and we're talking about Know Your Customer and identity verification in this age of AI. Wil, a big welcome to the virtual studio.
Nice to be here, Debbie.
And of course, Wil, we were chatting offline as well. When we talk about AI and prevention, AI is a tool, but it's also part of the problem. So what impact do you think AI and deepfake technology is having on identity verification?
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, Debbie. It's the impact of AI on this area can hardly be underestimated, and unfortunately, it's a negative impact. Basically, it has made clear to everybody that it's very hard to trust what you see. Is something you see real or isn't it? Is it a real passport that I'm showing here, or is it a fake passport? It's very hard to see. So the distinction between real and fake is getting blurred. It's getting blurred for, well, normal people that watch TV, that listen to people talking. But it's also getting blurred for experts. Also, experts cannot see what is real and what is fake. So am I now talking to you, or am I talking to an avatar that has been real-time generated? That distinction is becoming less and less clear. And of course, people talk about, well, you can fight AI with AI. We can use AI to learn whether something is real or not. But in my opinion, that's a lost battle. I mean, the bad guys learn quicker, work faster, and collaborate better than we on let's say, on the good side of AI.
So you're talking about this lost battle and that difficulty of knowing if something is authentic or not. So against that backdrop, which isn't too rosy, to be fair, against that backdrop, what do you identify as perhaps the biggest current risks that organizations should be focusing on when it comes to prevention?
Yeah, so traditionally, focus has been much on KYC for onboarding customers or users. When opening a bank account, you need to do KYC. You need to know who your customer is. But if you open a bank account with a fake identity, well, that's typically an empty bank account. It's not good, and you don't comply with KYC, so you're in big trouble. But it's not that bad. I opened bank accounts with fake IDs quite easily for quite a few banks. The interesting part is there when, for example, I buy a new phone and I have to re-establish the connection with my bank, and they have to re-trust me. Many of the banks do that with, let's say, for example, a call center where you have knowledge type of questions. Where were you born? What was your pet type of things? But everything you know about yourself is known on the internet. That all that data is there. It has been breached. It has been published on the dark web. So when re-establishing that trust to your bank account, which is now, well, hopefully at least positive and maybe even quite full, that's the point where the real trouble starts. Because then account takeover, fraudsters step in, pretend you have a new phone. They know your account name. They know your bank number, and they know everything about you. So unless you do that in a very trustworthy way, that's the moment where fraudsters will hit you as a bank.
So let's talk about new technologies then, that they are coming forward. We have NFC-based IDV. We are talking now about EU ID wallets. How do you see these contributing towards the safety and security of the financial services? Is there a brighter picture evolving here?
Yeah, I think there definitely is, and well, it's questionable what you say new technologies. The UD wallets, they're definitely new, and it will take a while before they really get into the market. Think of 2027, for example. But NFC is not new. Everybody uses contactless payments nowadays. Well, almost everybody. And for identity verification, it's absolutely not new. We all travel with documents that have this icon on it. It's ICAO icon, and it means that document is chipped. When you pass through an e-gate, you put your passport in that e-gate and it reads the chip from the document. The great thing is that chip cannot be manipulated. Or basically, if you manipulate it, it can be detected that it's a fraudulent document. The nice thing that has happened since roughly 2016, 2017, when we started with our software at Inverid, is that e-gate functionality is now part of your smartphone. Your smartphone can check your identity document at the same level of trust that's done in a border control situation or an e-gate. What we do, I'll use this is specimen passport from New Zealand. What we do is we can read the chip that's inside the document. Here it's in the photo page. Verify that content using your smartphone, basically the same technology that you use for contactless payments, and check that the document is authentic. And that's not a guess, it's not probabilistic, it's not AI, it's simple computation, it's cryptography. And cryptography we all use. When you go on a website, you type in HTTPS. That S stands for secure. That's the encryption of the connection to that website. Basically the same technology using public key technology can be used to check that identity document with 100% certainty. And that's great, because that means that you cannot pretend you're somebody else if you use a real document, a real identity document. And this is supported by 175 countries worldwide. So nearly the whole world is covered with ICAO, that's a standard ICAO-based identity documents. And then there's only one thing left. I know that I exist because I have a passport, and in that passport, in the chip, is my digital identity. And now I have to prove that I'm here in the transaction. So then we do face verification, linking my face to the face. Well, not to the face in this document. This is obviously somebody else, but linking my face to the face inside the chip in the document, which is your original face image without any watermarks. And also checking that I'm alive, so I'm not sleeping in the train, or I'm not a deepfake, I'm not a paper mask, or not a mask. So by doing it in this way, you can establish identity verification, which they call in Europe at the AIDAS level high. That is the highest trust level. It's the same trust level that you would get by an expert meeting him or her in person. And that's great, because that means that you can do identity verification roughly without any fraud. And also that same AIDAS high, and then we move to the wallets, is also the foundation of the European identity wallets. In that wallet you'll get your digital identity, but you need to onboard that identity from, let's say, for example, a government administration or a government registry into your phone. Typically that's done also using your chipped identity document, which in Europe also can be your identity card. All identity cards are chipped with the same technology. And that means that in that identity wallet you'll have your trusted identity. And banks can build upon that wallet identity, as can travel agencies, liquor stores when you have to prove you're over 18. So the combination of NFC, which is an old technology, a proven technology, which we've used for more than a decade now, linking that technology to, let's say, a novel concept like a identity wallet, makes that digital identity reusable in many contexts. So actually, I do think that now we're progressing to that EIDAS high level, that trusted level of identity verification. The future definitely looks brighter than it did before.
And thank you, Wil. We certainly ended on a more confident, brighter note than when we started, when we're looking towards the future of identity verification. And it's been great to hear all your knowledge and examples and insight on the subject. So, Wil, thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome, Debbie.